Look at this lovely CBR 1000 Honda, beautifully clean, and then just behind it a nice dirty BMW, caked in crap.
I only managed to get the interview I really wanted, but then I had to go and buy a shirt for the first time in years. After a few nervous days in the hostel, I actually got the job, but then it meant I had to go and buy an ironing board small enough to carry on my bike to a new room that I'd just rented, which was a little closer to work and offered a nicer space to relax at the end of each day. The job was at Honda Australia as a parts interpreter. My role was to talk to the dealers and help them find and order the correct part for their machine, be it motorcycles, marine outboard engines, or power equipment. After a few months of working and filling my weekends by going to the zoo and attempting to ride my bike in high mountains in the snow, it was time to start planning and preparing for the next section of my trip.
So these are the SW Motec foot pegs, and this is the one that I broke and I snapped off when I was in New Zealand. So it's got the 2 bolts in there, but I find this bit here really slippery. Like my foot can slide forwards. It doesn't go anywhere this way because you've got these teeth, but it slides forwards and I don't really like them. So I've got some Moose pegs, Moose racing pegs. They're a lot more aggressive, and they'll grip much better. They might eat into my boot a bit more, but I'll get more grip, which is what I'm after. So we'll fit them. What I've also got is some cheap, this one's probably going to block you now, but some just cheap, these are like $30 or something, foot pegs. What can I? And these are basically going to mount like that, and it'll give me a place to rest my foot on the longer roads, especially like across the long stretches of Nullarbor and things like that. Okay, now it is fitted. These are the white bars, so hopefully that'll be alright. I say it's only for the long highway sections that I can sort of rest my leg on it like this or like that, just to straighten out my knee and keep going. So there we go. Same to the other side now. Quite long, lift them out, put the leg on, straighten my leg out, and nice, we're there. These will be quite nice. I had a problem in New Zealand where my knee pad on my knee, where my knee was bent, was pushing against my knee, and after a few hours, you kind of I just get a sore knee. So now I will take it off a centre stand, put it over there, put it on its side, and just make sure that they're not going to smash or break anything else. There we go, miles off the floor, should be all good. Seems to have christened the foot pegs as well. Right, cool. Pick it back up.
After successfully fitting 2 sets of foot pegs to my bike and testing them out, it was time to leave Honda, pack a box to send home, load my bike and set off.
Right, off we go. A long 4 months working. It's beautiful weather. 20 odd something. I don't know. I've got all the liners out. Vents open. It's beautiful. It's about 12 o'clock. I've had a really busy morning trying to run around. Sending my bag home. I've got a big box, 17 kilo box, sending that home and trying to guess my mum's address because she moved. So hopefully it will get to my mum's. If not, a neighbour's. We'll find out. Getting rid of the old tyres and oil this morning as well. So yeah, it's not the ideal time to set off on a trip, leaving at like 12:30 in the afternoon, but is what it is. I got nothing really to do today other than to cruise around. I've had a massive busy week. Also, so I did the service the bike last weekend. It's Monday today, so the weekend, not the weekend that's just gone, the weekend before. I did the full service on the bike, then learned that I needed new wheel bearing, new chain, new tyre, which I kind of knew about the new tyre, but not the wheel bearings and everything else. So that's all been changed this week in a bit of a mad rush. I changed my tyre yesterday, a nightmare when I was hungover after a few leaving drinks, trying to fit a E09 Dakar onto a tyre by hand. I said a few choice words towards the end.
After a short ride, I popped to the hostel to say goodbye to everybody before I set off on my long ride across Australia.
And that was where I picked up the bike 5 months ago. That was home for the last 4 months-ish. Sort of ish, I don't want to be in this lane. Yeah, and this is the Westgate Bridge. Bye bye Melbourne, forever. I want this lane. Cool. Yeah, this one. I'm not doing very well on these whole lanes. And this one. Trying to video, get over a bridge and follow the sat nav and take in the views. Who says men can't multitask? So I'm just by the start of the Great Ocean Road, just coming up to Bells Beach, and there's the sea, which I'd probably need to stand up for, but I can't see now. I probably missed my turning as well. Oh well, yeah I did. So that was Bells Beach. An idiot. Let's oh cock. Oh dear. So, first stop, Bells Beach. Directly behind me is basically mainland Australia and all of Australia. And there's the sea. And that's basically going to be on my left-hand side for the next I don't know, did I get to Perth? 4,000 or 5,000 Ks? So, yeah, it's going to be pretty good. See how the scenery changes along the way. And how dirty this hat gets strapped to the back. This is going to be one of the, well, this is the highlights of most Australian trips, is the Great Ocean Road. And it is going to be the only really good bit of twisties I do in a long time. Because once I leave this, it's mostly straight, mostly tarmac, but I'd like to find some dirt where I can. Otherwise it makes my brand new tyre on the back a bit pointless, but I think I may have realised that mistake already. But the only thing it's going to cost me is money, which is the worst things to cost you, and it's just your life, because that is worse. Next stop is Anglesey, and I literally just want to go there to take a picture of the sign that says Anglesey, because I've got a house in Anglesey, and we go there every year. Well, no we don't, but we used to as kids. And I will be going next year if I get an opportunity. I just have to gate crash one of my families when they're up there. A lovely view of the ocean. And what's slightly better is the road. It runs around there, all the way around. That's next. Here is the start of the Great Ocean Road. In fact, I'm just going to sling it here. Oh, no, I'm not. There we go. Great Ocean Road. Well, it's not really the start of the Great Ocean Road because it was before, but that's the Memorial Arch, and it's one that you have to take a picture of if you're here because it's the rules. So I've got my standard picture. I rode it through the little barriers where you're not supposed to go and put it on this little wooden plinth, which is quite nice. I've got the bike in the arch without putting myself in the middle of the road like some of the other people's. Run, bird, go on, go on. Oh, you've done it. This is the road. This is what's so amazing. It's the best bit of tarmac in Australia. 60 kilometres an hour. Oh, what a way to take all the fun out of it. I thought I was going slow down 80. I've already seen a police officer as well, and it's not worth me getting a ticket because it would be ball ache. It would just be a fine, and I can't afford to do a fine. Come on, mate. I'm doing 60. No. We're all going to do 30, 20. Oh, me. Really? I'm going 20 kilometres an hour every round a corner. It's also probably the most dangerous road in Australia because of wankers like that cruise along, and that was a bit wankerish for me, but if you don't overtake in a spot like that when she's going that slow, you're never going to. Now I can just amble along at the speed limit. God, what a place to live. Look at that. Sun, shade, like some mist. It's awesome. Looks really cool with all the mist. I like it. Come on, I'm gonna fit. Bollocks. Well, that was interesting, didn't fit through the barrier. So this is a really cool little road, and the people that were in the campsite there were quite nice. I sat with them with the fire for a little bit. Also, on my way here last night, I ran into like a Harley rider. I'm pretty sure it was a Harley. I didn't really look at the bike, but it was a cruiser. Enormous amounts of chrome. His side stand spring had fallen off, and he'd still got it. But the side stand was swinging around, so when he was going around left-hand bends, the side stand was swing out, and it caught him at one point, and he was lucky on a twisty road that he didn't just go around the corner of the side stand, pick his bike up off the floor sort of thing, and send him on his way into the bush. So cable tie and a little tyre lever to act as like a spring puller. I've offered to help people when I pull over, I put my thumb up, but this is the first time I've actually had to stop and help somebody, but I'm glad I was able to do that. It was a nice campsite, wasn't cold at all, although I couldn't sleep very well. I think it was just adjusting from a double bed into a mummy sleeping bag. It can be quite the adjustment. I woke up with a sore throat, so I had Lemsip last night and Lemsip this morning. I think it's my body turning around to me and going, well, you're on holiday now, so you can relax, you don't need to be ill because you don't need any time off, because you've got all the time off in the world, which is not what I don't want, because I don't want to be ill at all. So yeah, I've got this amazing twisty road that's just coming up. It's like 40 kilometres an hour, super twisty. This is the twisty road I was talking about. It actually gets slightly tighter, marginally more twistier in a minute. Just tightens up. There we go. That's what I like about using wiki camps and camping and trying to find the free campsites. I mean, I could have paid like $30-40 if I wanted to, which I don't know why you'd want to for a campsite. I stayed in Melbourne Saturday night in the pub for $20 and I got a bed. So why the hell would I spend $30 or $40 to sleep in my own tent? Anyway, so getting back off the rant or tangent that I was just there. Yeah, these little roads, you'd never find them unless you were going to want to go out of your way and happy to go out of your way for a free campsite. It's awesome. Look at it. And I'd never have found this road had I not decided to go for the free campsite that was like 20-30 kilometres out of my way, which is obviously 60 round trip, but whatever, it's just K's. It's what we're here to do. If I didn't want to ride the bike, I'd be on the bus or get a plane. But it's a brilliant road to wake up in the morning. Obviously I had it last night as well. I'm already bored of it, so in a bit.
So this morning I'm at Cape Otay lighthouse. I thought it'd be quite cool to come see a lighthouse. So I went and looked at the map, which is on the board just there, I think. No, there. It's about that car. And it's like an 11-minute walk to the lighthouse. Seems pretty cool. And then I go into the building that's there, and they want $20 to go see a lighthouse. No, it's not worth $20. That's an entire tank of. That's more than I filled up for $12 today. I am not paying $19.50 to do an 11-minute walk to a lighthouse when I've seen lighthouses before. So we'll just head back, get back up to the Great Ocean Road and carry on to the next spot. $20 for a lighthouse. The 12 Apostles, London Arch, the Arch, the Ark, the Gorge, the Tom and Eva one. Back on the bike and maybe do a few more Ks. And there's another spot. Who knows? We'll find out. What does my route say? Well, I've got the Grotto, Bay of Islands. Yeah, they're only a couple of Ks away from each other, so let's keep going.
Do you know what they never show you in the ads of these holiday destinations is the massive car parks and the horde of seemingly Chinese to go and see the too late to go and see it. The state of the car park and like all of this whole that is just a shop, that's all it is, nothing more than that. And they make you park here and then walk all the way to the Great, and then when you the 12 Apostles just over there, and when you get there it's like just queuing and queuing and queuing and waiting for that one opportunity where you can sit there and go, oh snap, I got the picture, okay, go now. And there was a Chinese girl, oh fuck, I'll get on with it, that was my fault, but anyway, taking a picture of of her boyfriend maybe, or brother, whatever, on the corner of the gate. You're sat on the corner of the fence. Probably one of the best places to stand. And I can hear her camera, taking a photo at least once or twice every second. It's like click, 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 click. And he was just sat there moving his hair and making himself look nice. So, oh, take this. Maybe it's better this side. But maybe it's better that side. No, I was sat there going, oh, come on. Oh, you want one? I just want to go there, go click, quick selfie, gone. Get it done. Yeah, it's not a massive photo opportunity they were taking. She must have got the best part of 25, 50 photos. She just said click, 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 click. You don't need that many. Anyway, rant over. Just tourists, do my head in. And I know I'm one of them, but I don't know. The average tourist is just slow and dawdles and they're like sheep. Just have to be like flocked. Come on, come along. Yep. Take your photo. Have some water. Yeah, you have some water. Go to the loo. Right. Okay. Come on. Back to the car. Go. And then down the road. And they drive down the road like 40 kilometres an hour. And they get to the next spot and then herd it in. Oh no, we've got to go in here. Oh. Nah. Ride there. Get off. Go in, take a picture, get out. I'm quicker and I still have to faff around taking the helmet off, taking the jacket off, like putting locks here. I spend a few minutes faffing around the bike, I'm still quicker than they. I sound like this miserable bastard that's on this amazing trip around Australia. I'm whinging. On day 2 of the 12 Apostles. Never mind. Oh, I was supposed to go see that. Whoops. Too busy talking. Let's spin him around. Get in, get out. This is the plan. Oh, it's another 50 billion mile walk. Is it? Thunder Cave. I'm only laughing because I'm immature and I can think of another something else I could call a Thunder Cave. And those of you that are laughing are as bad and immature as me. How far is it? This is what I'm like every tourist place. Well, how far is it? Can I be bothered? 2.5, quarter of a kilometre. It's not far. Pedal on the right? No? Okay, I'm going to wait for that car. Because you need 2 car parking spaces to get into one. Oh, let's not bore you with these Muppets.